The ghost of relationship past. The ghost of relationship past. Now you will see that a lot of people, a lot of us, we struggle with the ghost of relationship past, where our past plays a major role in relationship to um, today, to the relationship we have today. Now, what do I mean? There are reasons somebody is your ex, an ex girlfriend, an ex boyfriend, an ex husband, an ex wife, or sometimes some of those things we really did not even have our own personal experiences. We just sit down and we hear, oh, so and so say the ex or his wife did this, his husband did that, and those things we begin to project them into our new relationship, and they have negative influence in our new relationship. Somebody hurt you before, somebody broke your heart, somebody did not keep their promises to you, somebody did not somebody was wayward, irresponsible, unaccountable, and probably it did not even really happen to you. You just heard that, oh, that's how my auntie, her marriage experience was terrible. Oh, that's my uncle. Oh, if you see what the wife did to him. And some of us carry these things into a healthy relationship, or otherwise a relationship with the opportunity to have been healthy. We bring those baggages into this relationship and we just mess things up. This lady has not done anything yet, but you just there watching and waiting for her to do like your last girlfriend or your last wife, Cynthia. This man has not done anything yet. You're just there waiting for him to do like what your ex did, or your situation is even different. And all those things bring a lot of calculation into a relationship and marriages that now eventually lead to the demise of such relationship or marriages. Can you just please let your past be your past? Have faith and try again. Because life is beautiful and life is even long. Life is not going to stop because you got hurt yesterday. Life is not going to stop because somebody did you wrong previously. But your own life can stop in this particular area because you have refused to move on. Now, what do you do when you have had bad experiences? What do you do? What you need to do is to seek help. Someone has broken your heart before. Someone has betrayed you before. Someone has lied to you. Someone has been unfaithful to you. Someone has been unfair to you. If you don't deal with it, the next person who was not the person that hurt you previously, who is coming with hope and dreams to build a new life or a new unit, a new home with you, you are just going to bleed on the person until the bleeding is going to be smelling so much that the relationship ends, that the marriage end up not working because of carrying previous experiences, traumas, and things like that. That is why I will always recommend see a professional counselor, see a professional therapist. Now, depending on what they drive you from, there are some people that everything to them is solved by prayers. Believe you me, I believe in prayer. Prayers is very, very good. But there are some things that require, interventions. Interventions from professional standpoint. Where, for example, if someone is dealing with trauma, or you've had some traumatic experiences that have left you, injured in your heart, you need just the way that somebody needs to see a doctor because they've got a broken bone, a broken arm. You need to see a therapist. Stop bringing your past experience or your negative past experiences of marriage or relationship into your new relationship or marriage. Otherwise, you're going to destroy it. Address those things. What led to why, instead of being mistrusted, what led to it? Address them. See a professional counselor or a therapist to walk you through those processes. I'm not talking about you go and somebody lay hands on you. Yes, lay hands on you can do the miracle, but it's also part of God. I mean, God and Christ did teaching, Paul did teaching, everybody teaching. I mean, so God gave the knowledge for resolving these things. See someone who is a professional in dealing with trauma. Sometimes the reason some people can't have sex, for example, is because they've got traumatic experiences. Some people were raped. Some people were, they've had, very ugly sexual experiences, and they carry this thing with them unresolved. They go into marriage, and the other person has been looking forward and hoping, and when I get married, I'm going to have a great sex life. And then you get married. In your mind, it's now just for, okay, I know I'm ovulating, I need to have a baby, and so that's only when you're available. Beyond that time, you're not available, and then you're not here, the guy is cheating. Nobody asked before this guy cheated, when last did you guys sleep together? Why not deal with those traumas? Why not deal with those things that are a concern to you? Sometimes, resentment, you're resenting the last guy you dated. You're resenting the last guy, you were married to. You carried it into your new marriage. You're carrying it into your new relationship. Come on, dude. You're just going to mess up the life of someone else. Why not deal with it? Or at least even talk about it. If you have fears, I met someone recently, and I wouldn't lie, you is one of the best people, or one of the most amazing people I've seen, in a long, long time. This person talked about his fears. He talked about his fears about marriage. He talks about his fear, what if the person divorced me and take half of my things? Then he talked about his fear. So will I share everything I've worked and saved for and bought and all those things? Or what if we quarrel? How will I deal with children? How will I deal with this and that? Those are the conversations people should have before marriage, actually. Have those conversations. Talk about everything and everything. Talk about your fear. A lot of the time, we don't want to talk about our fears because, if that's going to make me too vulnerable. He's going to take advantage of me if he knows X, Y, Z. He's supposed to be your spouse. If you don't trust the person, don't marry the person. Because it will be actually very frustrating to be married to someone who does not trust you. If you don't trust the person, if you can't trust the person with your vulnerability, why would you want to get married to such a person? Is it not better, in my opinion? I would rather I'm vulnerable before you. Whether you turn around and use it against me tomorrow, that is you who is doing that. That's you. It has nothing to do, as long as I'm not the one doing it. So today we're just saying, don't make marriage more difficult than it's supposed to be. Seek help for your unresolved traumas. Seek help for your unresolved traumatic experiences. Whether it's physical abuse, whether it was mental, whether it's emotional, whether it's sexual, whether it's financial, whatever it is, try to resolve it. Speak to a professional about it. When you do, your pastor is very good, but your pastor is very busy attending to prayers and spiritual matters. Sometimes some of those things are psychosocial. So you need someone who is specialist in that area to sit down with you and unfold the different situations or the trauma, the layers of the trauma, so that by the time you're getting married, you will be married in knowledge. And then you know what your triggers are, then you know how to manage yourself when when you're getting out of control, you know what to do. And then, of course, also discuss it with your spouse. So that way, your spouse knows how to support and help you. Marriage is not a bad thing. But do not bring the blood from your previous marriage into this marriage. Deal with it. And if you did marriage and for some reason it didn't work well with you, don't go out saying men are scum, women are all the same, don't trust a woman. That's not true. I've seen cases where men trust women and they are doing very well as a couple. I've seen cases where women trust men, they're doing very well. There are some people, I overheard somebody who said he's been married for almost 40 years. He's never kissed another woman. Not to talk of lying in bed or having sex with another woman. So these things exist. I saw a clip the other day. This young lady, very pretty, she probably should be in her 20s, 26 or thereabout. She has not had sex all her life. So the whole world is not as bad as media want to make us think. I know someone, she's 45, she has never had sex. She's waiting to get married before she has sex. So please, do not bring your whole baggage unresolved or undiscussed. Have a plan for it. I'm not saying we're going to be perfect at the time we meet the people we love or we're going to spend the rest of our lives with. But we're just saying that recognize that if you've been battered or for some reason, recognize it, seek help before getting into marriage. Or as you get into marriage, if that's when you realize it, seek help. See a therapist, see a counselor. They will help you a great deal so that you will see that a lot of the challenges and troubles and dramas that you deal with in marriage, where you're just projecting your past into a new relationship or a new marriage, can be avoided. Yes, marriage is still very beautiful. So stop bleeding on me. Stop bleeding on other people. You were hurt from your previous relationship. They left you with an injury. It's bleeding. See a counselor, see a therapist. They are like doctors. They will help you find, okay, they will patch up the spots. They will treat it. It will heal so that you can stop bleeding into your new relationship and your new marriages. Seek help. Which is the same reason we say as much as is possible. Because we have different backgrounds, different experiences and everything, because of that, we should make every effort, have a proper premarital counseling before we get married. Because marriage shouldn't be a thing where we just jump in when we like and jump out when we like. Stop bleeding.